Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Fadilah. I'm from Accounting Information System in University of Bina Sarana Informatika. Today, I would like to share my opinion about smoking in the campus area. In my opinion, the campus should be a comfortable place to study, discuss, and develop ourselves in a healthy and positive environment. That's why I believe smoking in the campus area is not proper and should be strictly prohibited. First, from the health side, we all know that smoking is dangerous not only for the smoker but also for people around them. Cigarette smoke contains harmful substances like nicotine and tar that can cause lung disease and even cancer. According to the World Health Organization, secondhand smoke causes millions of early deaths every year. The campus should be a place that supports student health, not a place that increases health risks. Second, from the environmental side, cigarette butts thrown carelessly can pollute the soil and water and make the campus dirty. The smoke also reduces air quality and makes the learning atmosphere uncomfortable. As students, we should help keep our campus clean and make it a green and smoke-free environment. Third, from the social and rules side, smoking in the campus area often breaks university rules. The smoke can also disturb other students who are studying or taking a risk. Many universities, both in Indonesia and abroad, have already created smoking-free zones, and the result is a cleaner and more comfortable environment. I believe that if we all support this rule, our campus can be the same. In conclusion, let us work together to keep our campus healthy, clean, and comfortable for our students. Thank you for attention. The question word. Question word. I want to explain about 3 points. Definition of question word, types of question word, formulas of question word. Definition of question word. Question words are words we use to ask for information. They can be used in noun clauses or adjective clauses, and in direct or indirect sentence. Each question word has a different function to get specific information. They are different from yes or no questions because they need more than just yes or no answer. Types of question word. What, where, why, when, which, who, whom, whose, how. Who used to ask about a person who is coming to the party. What used to ask for information. What do you want to eat? Where used to ask about place. Where do you live? When used to ask about time. When does the movie start? Why used to ask for a ration. Why are you lagging? How used to explain a process. How can I get to the station? Which used to ask about choice. Which dress shall I wear? Whose used to ask about possession. Which car is parked outside. Whom asking about the object of a verb. Whom should I call for help? What is used to about an activity, a subject, or an object that is not a person, just a thing or animal. Example, Anna will invite me tomorrow. What will Anna do tomorrow? So what is used when we want to know about an action or thing that someone does. Where is used to ask about a place or location. Example, she is cooking chicken in the kitchen at person. Where is she cooking chicken at person? So where helps use ask in when place something happens. Who is used to ask about a person who is the subject of a sentence. Example, we have taken about just now. Who has taken about just now? So, who is used when we want to know which person is doing the action. Whom is used to ask about a person who is the object of a sentence. It is more formal and not often used in daily conversation, but is still important to know. Example, we shall always be loving them, whom we will be loving. So, who is used when we want to know which person received the action as sentences. When is used to ask about time. Example, you love Annie every time. When do you love Annie? So when is used when we want to know the time something happens. Why is used to ask about the reason for something. Example, you go to school because you want to study. Why do you go to school? So why is used when we want to know the reason something happens. Which is used to ask about a choice or option from two or more things. It means we already have some option and we want to know which one. Example, you want to use a laptop. Which laptop do you want to use? The black one or the silver one? So which is used when we want to know a choice between two or more options. Whose is used to ask about possession or ownership. Example, the bag that I'm taking is yours. Whose bag are you taking? So whose helps ask who owns or possession some things. How is used to ask about the why or manner something is done. It can also be combined with other words like money or mass to ask about quantity, often or long, to ask about frequency or duration, and far to ask about distance. Example, I finished my work with my friend's help. How did you finish your work? So how is used in many was to ask about manner, quantity, duration, frequency, or distance depending on the word that follows it. Formulas of question word. Question word formulas to make an adjective clauses. There is not fixed formula that can always be used. This is because the use of relative pronouns or relative adverb will depend on the sentence. What we need to remember is that an adjective clause always follows a noun or pronoun that is descriptive. So the small important thing to pay attention to is how to use relative pronouns and relative adverb correctly. Question word and use. What used to ask about things of information. Where used to ask about a place. Why used to ask for a ration. When used to ask about time. Which used to ask about choice between option. Who used to ask about a person. Whom used to ask about person the object. Which used to ask about ownership. How used to ask about price, time, distance, or amount. Question word formulas to from a noun clauses. Not all noun clauses use question word. A noun clauses can be made from a statement or a question. When it comes from a question, it usually starts with a question word such as what, who, where, when, why, or how. Sometimes we also use words like whatever, whoever, whichever, whenever, exact information in you know or not important. The formula to make question word in the simple present tense. In the simple present tense, we can use question word to ask about the subject, verb, object, or adverb in a sentence. Example, you love Annie every time. Who love Annie every time? What do you do? Who do you love? When do you love Annie? How to make question word in simple past tense. Example, my mother cooking rice her yesterday. Who cooking rice? What did my mother? What did my mother cook? What did my mother cook rice? Where did my mother cook rice? When did my mother cook rice? How to make question word in simple future tense. Example, Anna will invite me tomorrow. Who will invite me tomorrow? What will Anna do tomorrow? Whom will Anna invite tomorrow? When will Anna invite tomorrow? How to make question word in present continuous tense. Example, she is cooking chicken in the kitchen right now. Who is cooking chicken in the kitchen right now? What is she doing? What is she cooking in the kitchen right now? Where is she cooking chicken right now? When is you cooking chicken in the kitchen? Conclusion, question words are very important in English because they help us get clear information when we ask questions. Each question word has a different function. We use when to ask about things, where to ask about place, when to ask about time, who to ask about people, where to ask about region, which to ask about choice, and how to ask about the why something happens. By using question word correctly, we can communicate better, understand other more easily, and make our conversation clear and more meaningful. Thank you very much.